Bruce Willie. Bruce Willie. Like the Key and Peele said, oh, Bruce Willie. Bruce Willie. Is it possible to make the McRib better? We can at least try. But first, let's get drunk.
Welcome to Drunk Dining, where we get drunk and cook food.
I'm not doing that over again. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Drunk Dining. So in today's episode, we're gonna make our own version of a McRib, but we're actually gonna use real ribs.
Holy crap, we're back again. This is the first normal episode of the show in like months.
So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our own pickles. And honestly, this isn't as hard as you think it might be. We're gonna start off with some pickling cucumbers, and then we're gonna thinly slice this into chips. And then after that, we're gonna slice a serrano pepper, but you don't have to do this. This is completely optional. And finally, we're just gonna add 2 whole cloves of garlic.
I feel like I just did so many specials. You know, you had the Halloween special, then you had the 3-parter of the Thanksgiving special, and then we had the holiday special. So we had like 5 specials just all come together all at once. Not like anyone watches this show, so it's like, it doesn't even matter. It's just like, you know, like.
So that's it for the aromatics. Now we just gotta add some pickling spice. Sure, we can make this on our own, but it's the same thing if we buy it prepackaged.
Thank you to the people who do watch the show. I hope you guys enjoyed those specials.
And now it's time to make our brine. And honestly, ratios are super important on this. I prefer to do a 1-to-1 water to vinegar ratio with a 3.5% salinity.
There's only so many times in a man's life that they are allowed to cry. And one of those moments is the finale of The Mandalorian. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I'm just like, like, you know, like legit just ugly crying.
So I'm gonna put in 1 cup of water, 1 cup of vinegar, and that's gonna be approximately 480 grams of liquid, but mine was exactly 474. And now we need to multiply this by 0.035 to get the exact amount of salt that we need to add to get a 3.5% salt solution. So I'm just gonna round this up to 17 just to make it even.
Jon Favreau, everything he touches is just like a chef's kiss. If you watch his movie Chef, that is like a foodie porn. Like, where the fuck did you come from, bro? I'm just kidding. I know he came from Swingers. Let's not forget Dave Filoni.
Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get this quickly to a boil, and then we're gonna stop it. And then we're just gonna take our solution, and we're just gonna pour it right into our jar, and just kind of let it sit, letting all those flavors infuse for a little while.
I nerd out a lot because I like to talk about like mathematics and formulas and like, ooh, look, they took an actual picture of the fucking black hole, which that girl who took a picture of the black hole, she is so, I'd love to have her tutor me. Forgot her name. She's pretty awesome.
And we're gonna let this cool down until it gets close to room temperature, and then we're gonna add our fresh dill to it. That way the dill doesn't get cooked out and we still maintain that herbaceousness. Now let's just throw this thing in the fridge, and this is good for about 6 months, maybe even longer.
Cheers. God damn it. Where's God? Let it.
Okay, now it's time for the ribs. And I know you barbecue enthusiasts are gonna hate me for this, but I just don't simply have the space, equipment, or time to slow smoke these. So we're gonna do the best thing we can in this small, tiny, little apartment I live in.
The Mandalorian is shot all on like an Unreal Engine generated fucking LCD. So they use like all this high technology on their green screen. You can't call it a green screen because it's kind of like similar to how old films used to do it, like rear projection.
The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our rub. And I like to do a 3-to-1 salt to sugar ratio, as well as 2 parts onion, 2 parts garlic, 1 part smoked paprika, and 1 part cayenne pepper. And then we're just gonna do some coarse ground black pepper at the end.
You'd have the actor in their car or whatever. They'd have a screen, but then there'd be a projector behind it casting the image onto the screen. So it's like practically the same thing. Yeah, it's really cool, especially since Mando has Beskar armor and he reflects a lot of things, like his emotions onto Yoda.
So now we're going to take some pork baby back ribs, and we have to take out the membrane. This little piece doesn't break down during the cooking process, so it's very important that we take this out. What I do is I just kind of find a corner of it, and then I just kind of pick at it, and then once I get a little good piece of it, it should just all rip out right in one. But you can use like a butter knife or any kind of tool if it helps you. I just do it with my hands.
I'm kind of mad at myself because I haven't watched the greatest Christmas movie ever yet. I usually watch it every year. I just haven't gotten to it. I'm sure some of you guys seen it. It's a great movie. It stars Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. Like the Key and Peele said, "Oh, Bruce Willis! Bruce Willis!" I don't know what I'm doing.
Now we're going to generously apply our rub all over the ribs, as well as some coarse ground black pepper. And we're going to get our Instant Pot ready, or you can use a pressure cooker. And we're going to put our ribs in where our meat is facing inwards and the bones are resting along the outer rim of the pot. So we want to add depths of flavor while we're pressure cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar for acidity, and then just a 1/2 teaspoon of liquid smoke, just to kind of give us that smoky flavor. We're going to pressure cook this for 23 minutes, and we're going to let it naturally depressurize for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it stars Bruce Willis, and it has Professor Snape, rest in peace. In the greatest Christmas story ever told, a man sneaks through a ventilation shaft to save Christmas. The whole movie was about saving Christmas. Come on. It's called Die Hard. Watch Die Hard.
And finally, we're gonna make our barbecue sauce. So there's plenty of great barbecue sauces out there. So we're gonna just start off with our favorite one, and then we're gonna reinforce those flavors. So we're gonna add a little bit of ketchup, some Dijon mustard, Worcestershire, liquid smoke, sriracha, and apple cider vinegar. And then we're just gonna mix this up, and we're gonna use this as our glaze. And now our ribs are done, our sauce is done, we got our pickles and onions. I think we're about ready. Let's hope drunk meat doesn't mess this up.
It's a Christmas movie. It's a fucking Christmas movie. He's trying to save Christmas. Like, Santa's not there. Like, Santa can't come and kick ass and stop terrorists. Only John McClane can. He has to do his shit, you know? It's just how it is. I feel like I talked enough. This show was only created to give me a therapeutic outlet. So cheers to the holidays and being with people you love and just loving life. So cheers.
Hooray!
Felt it in my nose. Can you see it in my eyes? All right, let's start cooking. So we need to broil this. So there's the matte side, and then there's the shiny side. They functionally work exactly the same. We're gonna take our barbecue sauce and we're just gonna really lay it on there. Give it to her. Make her know it's worth it. You like it when I talk dirty to you? Look at that. So beautiful. Ugh. Just give it a second, okay? Oh yeah. You betcha. Now we gotta toast our buns. I got this knob of butter, but you know. Whew. This cast iron describes me. Like, you can see the oil lines, the polymers. You can see the dog hair, which that should be there. But, anyways, it's definitely still hot. You can see the steam just running off. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's time to flip. Woo. Yeah, there we go. I just want to say, cheers to our family and the way they raised us.
Yay!
Nice toasty. Okay, we gotta remove the bones. Get out of there. When you cook it right, the bones aren't very hard to separate. Sauce it up. There we go. This is where things are gonna differ a little bit. Onions, they're gonna go on the top because that's kind of one of the last things you wanna taste. The way that you eat a sandwich, you taste what's on the bottom first, and then the middle comes, and then the top comes. So what we wanna do is we wanna layer the pickles. You might wanna just spread this out just a little bit. And we gotta make sure that there's enough protein. There's one side, there's the other side. There we go. This is how you construct a real McRib. I think we have something here. That looks so good. Here, we're gonna give this to the dogs because the dogs deserve it because they're good dogs. Good dogs. So that's McDonald's, and then this is mine. We'll do a quick comparison. I can see why that's so good. So tangy, so like, Now let's see how mine holds up. I'm like literally trying to restrain myself. Holy fuck, my life. That is life-changing. Woo! I'm a sandwich fanatic, and this is hands down one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my entire life. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Thank you for watching Drunk Dining. I'll see you next week. I don't know how that works.
Hey guys, if you like this content, make sure to subscribe. And if you want my recipes as well as extra footage, be sure to check out the Patreon down below. Other than that, I'll see you next video. Oh god, I'm so awkward. Why?